Hello, and welcome back to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire game, The Chronicles of House Weirlight.
Woo!
I'm your storyteller, Tony Prokop. Here on my players, House Weirlight. Hi, House Weirlight. Say hi.
Hello.
Hello. Hope everyone had a good week. I hope everyone's getting ready down to, well,
King's
do
Landing.
stuff in King's Landing. I hope everyone's ready for King's Landing.
Sure.
Famously quoted as the largest pit of vipers you'll ever visit.
Accurate.
And I hope this house is ready mentally for what they're about to face.
I'm just a small town. I'm not made for these kinds of city shenanigans.
Bailey, I believe you're muted.
Yes, intentionally.
All right, fantastic.
Yep.
Where we last left the house, they had just thwarted an expertly planned ambush. Not expertly executed, necessarily, against the house. Two hapless sellswords charged the house, believing them to be avenging innocent bystanders. In the name of the wronged party, namely House Dannett. As last session, we found out all across the Rose Road that the name of House Weirlight is now a 4-letter word, due to the long-held belief that apparently y'all murdered a bunch of innocent families and burned their farms to the ground. 'Cause didn't even take nothing, just murdered and left.
It happens.
Because y'all are evil. Which is preposterous, right? So the family, of course, hid their sigils for the rest of their journey, hoping not to meet any more animosity. Finding more and more that about this guy, the Fox Knight, he seems to be involved some kind of way of plot. They thought they had finally gotten evidence and proof of their own innocence in the name of a bastard sellsword by the name of Hamish Flowers, who in a drunken stupor admitted to Clarissa of being complicit in framing the house. Unfortunately, he was then subsequently shot through the eye by someone many believe to be the Fox Knight himself, the last scion of House Arcay. Some believe. Whoever he is, he was very clever, sending 2 horses off in different directions, both of them apparently riderless.
Who just has 2 horses that they can just get rid of? Like
A man who's very good at stealing things. Perhaps a legendary named
nice
thief.
horses.
No, that was definitely not Hen and his buddy's horse. They have no anything. They are poor. They had to sell their swords. Literally.
Oh, is that why they had clubs?
Yeah,
Yep.
they were literally so poor. The sellswords had to literally sell their swords. Poor
That's
dears.
sad.
And unfortunately, this mysterious shooter, who unfortunately also took down a household member of Weirlight, Lyric, your memory lives on, died in the arms of your family, the family you served, anyway. But you know, that is what the men of House Weirlight would want. They'd want to die for their family. So we move on from them. On the beings of the hapless sellswords were a poorly imitated note of from Alfric Dannett, stating that these were goodly men in the service of House Dannett to righting a wrong, which of course this is a fake piece of paper. None of these words are true. Obviously, these 2 men who can't read believed it. So what is it are you doing with these two men? They did attack you. However, from what they have fully said and you have discerned as they have no guile in them whatsoever, these were two men who genuinely believe they were aiding innocents. And now that you have fully corrected them, they feel awful and feel very bad. What are you going to do with them? They're really not worth much as witnesses, seeing as they didn't witness anything, right? Like they literally know nothing. They know possibly what the Fox Knight looks like, but you also already know what he looks like from his description. Like if he was now, I will give you benefit of the doubt. If he was sitting at a tavern and he turned and looked at you and went, "Hello," I would be like, that motherfucker kind of looks like the description of the Fox Knight. I will fully give that. Also, if any of you want to like say, does that guy look like the Fox Knight? Does that guy look like the Fox Knight? I will allow your paranoia to aid you in being like, that might be the Fox Knight.
Do they have any families around here?
They do actually. Thomas Henn, his sister, is a sort of milking maid on a farm nearby. And he says the milk there is very delicious. She raises the cows very well. And she says she's very good at churning butter.
She got very powerful arms.
Buy our milk.
I don't think like this is a case of like, oh, ransom them off or anything. They are sellswords.
No.
It's
No.
different.
That's not where I was going with this.
But question, like theoretical like authorities if we wanted to. Like granted, they're not really worth much, whatever. But like if we were to go and state we were attacked on the road,
they would be hanged. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like so if we brought them they would be hanged.
Yeah, no
in
question.
The process.
They're
And that would
peasants who
be the
attacked a
gold
noble.
cloaks, not like just with
in
King's
this
Landing.
territory, yeah. I mean, you're very close to it. If you brought them the gold close, they would kill them. Yeah.
Okay. I just figured
There's no
have
slap
that
on the wrist. They attacked. If you state these men attacked us unprovokedly, they are small folk, we are nobles. That's a hanging offense.
Okay.
Though, quite honestly, knowing the reputation of the gold cloaks, they probably wouldn't bother with a hanging. They'd probably just stab them and throw them in an alley somewhere.
Okay.
I mean, Mariella doesn't know that, but Vivian and Tedrick.
Yeah,
and
no, like
Nora,
I figured this is more for player knowledge, and then like everybody's characters
Yeah.
would know
To do
respectively what
actual
that
work.
is.
Yeah, I will give you that knowledge because some of your characters would for sure know, like, if we hand these men to any form of authority within the Crown Lands, they'll be hanged.
But their law is so high.
And they're gonna die for sure.
The
No
law
big-
of the Crown Lands is disgusting, yes.
We'll get there someday. We'll get there.
Which brings to fruition.
Mm.
Don't fuck up.
Don't fuck up.
Wise words, Jesse.
Mhm.
So do you want to try and bring these ruffians to justice, or let these hapless men go about their way?
I'm fine with letting them go. Everything they said we can corroborate with the letter, and they're not like you say they're not much use because they don't know anything. I don't want to be in charge of them.
The letter would probably be
Understand.
better than them, yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Did
the
they
only
even manage to damage anyone?
Not a single
Yeah.
person.
them
Yeah.
no. It's like I think the only interest I would maybe have is possibly if we wanted to like warn that somebody is basically like making free use of the Kingswood and using a hunting perch to attack incoming like nobility, and like have that be like, hey, this was a
Yeah.
thing, they escaped, and it's like we can kind of
We can do that, but we don't need them
Hen
to do that
and
unless we
friend
want to.
will already like sing that the Weirlights are innocent. You've
yeah.
like y'all rolled and convinced them that they had done a very bad thing, and they realized like, oh god, You know,
Yeah, I'm just saying it's like more people having eyes out for this Fox Knight person.
yeah. No,
That's-
they had heard the tales of the Fox Knight, but then they never
Yeah.
thought they'd meet him.
Yeah,
The fact
so-
that they thought they met him, it gives them it shivers them with anger. It does, milady.
So it's like I would say it's like when we get in there, it's like a possible thing we could do is give the description of the Fox Knight as an assailant. He escaped. Give like the 2-horse reference of like him abusing like access to the god, like
Yeah.
the Kingswood.
Not just that, but he also put spurs on the back of the horse's tails. If that matters during these times.
There's no such thing as animal abuse,
No,
Okay.
unless it's not
No.
his animal, right?
no.
Like horse thievery is probably on the list of things he's done.
Yeah. So if anything, it can be more of like
I think technically it wasn't his animal.
maybe not originally, but
Right.
I think it's just more getting more eyes out for the Fox Knight.
Sure.
Fun.
I
So can we
will
let-
say that's definitely a thing you can do, but that's like saying that's what's a good way of doing that? Like, oh, I know. You got assaulted in the woods by what you know for sure is a Sasquatch.
No,
but
exactly.
then telling the cops,
it's
watch
totally
out
like
for
a Bigfoot
and everyone
thing.
goes
I
like,
get it. Yeah.
Sure, yeah. The Fox Knight has been like a legendary thief in literature for like 20 years.
Yeah.
Start telling everybody to look out for a man with that description.
Yeah, no, it's like not necessarily say the Fox Knight. It's like we know they're masquerading as it, but rather just give the
A
description.
masked highwayman
Yeah.
is accosting nobles upon the road
Yeah.
from what must be poacher perches
Yeah.
within the Kingswood.
Yeah.
That is a very legitimate thing you could bring to
Mhm.
the guards, and they could definitely do something.
But going back to what we were talking about, we're letting these two go, right? And then we can...
That's what it
Oh, yeah.
sounds like. It's like I don't think we're
yeah.
gonna get anything out of like bringing
Okay.
them in or whatever.
Is everyone cool with that?
Yep. I'm also gonna make sure they're fed before they leave.
Oh, good of you.
Give them
Yeah,
trail rations.
Granola.
They don't eat any themselves. They do take some, and like wrap it up. And they praise your generosity and your kindness. They would have gladly gone to the noose for the actions they've done, but the fact that you've given them this and even more shows that they'll do right and try to do right by you.
Correct the
In
rumors.
other words, and they do ask your name because they don't actually know your name, Deidre.
I am Lord Tedric Weirlight.
They say it and goes, it will if it ever the name ever on my lips, it's only of good praises and good thoughts. And we'll keep you and your families in our hearts when we pray to the Seven, my lord. And they bowing and backing away. The other guy who knocked unconscious just continues to goes like, as his face is just swollen. It's like, all right, yep. So they, Hen and Friend, go off, and you are on your merry way. So I imagine what have you done with Larrick's body? Have you like interred it? Of course, and inter it and like are bringing it with you to be like shipped back. What
Yeah.
y'all doing? All right, cool. Yeah, that makes
We
sense.
want it to be
Poor
buried in
Laura.
our lands.
Yeah, the other men obviously are very appreciative of that, because most men like them get buried wherever they die, essentially.
Bring 'em
So
back
they
to the
just-
family.
appreciate.
This just goes to show if you die in our service, you will be remembered.
Yeah, apparently,
As long as
Yeah.
we have access to the body.
yes. So
Can't do much if you're eaten by a dragon.
everyone continues down the Rose Road,
Mhm.
and everyone by dusk, the like long traces of orange light sort of like trails off to the west, and you see a great gate, like looking like a looming like mad face. As you notice, this is the gate of the gods, the southern gate of King's Landing.
Thank the Seven.
You notice there are several like very small hovels all cropped up on the paved road all the way up to the gate of the gods. They are stooped. Many nobles are like, how does a person live in that? As at the crux of the height of the hovel would be maybe 2 inches above Tedric's head. But they are all of this ranging height, and you see many
When I'm standing or when I'm on my horse?
when you're standing.
Oof.
Yeah, on your horse, you see well over them. They would be the equivalent of like a child's tree house, essentially. But these people, whoever lives here's homes. They all seemed not ramshackle. They're all well built and stitched, and the roofs are covered in hay. There is a bit of a stink about, but nothing more than the normal stink of small folk. And you see no feces on the paved road, so that's something.
That's, ooh, it smells like dogs and sweat and piss. It smells like home.
Yep.
That's the place. Yeah.
So as you come upon the looming gates, let's see here. The gate is the large portcullis is open, and there are a number of gold cloaks. The Kingsguard, not the Kingsguard, the
City guard,
hold on.
gold cloak.
Yeah, they're called gold cloaks, but I remember what is the other name for them?
City
Rat
watch?
bastards.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah, I mean they're the city guard,
watch.
essentially. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, generally most people just call them gold cloaks for the golden cloaks they wear, and their armor is a little tinted, kind of gold as well. As you approach, as the sun draggles on to your left, they stop you immediately. And there is a number of men there, 2 more prominent ones. And one kind of sets up, he goes, "Right then, what you all lot coming in this late? What state of business? Who are you?"
I am Lord Tedric of the House of Weirlight, and we are coming for the tournament for the King's Days of his daughter's birth.
Is that right? Lord Tedric. All right then. And he kind of like comes up to you, kind of looks you up and down, looks at everyone else. Is that right? So you just came from the south, eh? Where you? Where you lot from?
We are from the Reach.
Oh, the Reach. And he kind of looks back over to his friend, and he just like chuckles. Goes, all right. Reach, huh? You know, we've heard some trouble out of the Reach lately, haven't we? Here they kill. And the other guy, Halid, goes, "That's right, Mick, we have." Now, I do believe if you're from the Reach and we have some trouble out of the Reach, how do we know you lot aren't trouble? And he's kind of mad dogging this guy, kind of like all of you. They seem very suspicious. I don't see any of your banners. You say you're nobles, but I don't see no noble banners. I don't know a nobleman who don't fly no banners. Do you, Halid? And Halid goes, "I don't, Mick." And they're like, "Why are you covering your banners? Where are your banners, if you've got any? How do I know you ain't just robbed a group of very nice folk on the road?"
I just snap my fingers, and I assume my men would.
Sure, they'll unravel them if you wish. Yeah, so they begin to unravel banners. It goes, "Wow. Well, it does check out that they're Reachmen, isn't it, Halid?" "Why is that, Mick?" "Oh, don't you know, Halid? Every man in the Reach worships flowers." Like, is that right, Mick? It is, Halid.
This is taking forever.
Yeah, I
And-
probably turned to Clarissa inside the cart. It's like, please tell me you have the Raven invitation that we had. we can present to that.
I'm sure that's something that I would have kept.
Yeah, you definitely have it.
So, or me or Thorsten, one of us for sure has it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get out of the carriage and present it to Tiedrick. I will
take it, and then I will hand it down to the man who's giving me a
snatches
rat.
it out of your hand very unceremoniously. Kind of looks at it. He might look at it a little too long.
And he read.
Can he?
I want to ask that to him so bad.
And he's just like, Does that look legit to you, Halid? And Halid takes it and goes, It does. However, I don't see the name House Where'd you say you were, mate?
Weirlights.
Weirlights. Thank you, my lord. I don't see no word saying Weirlight. It just says an invitation to everyone. Now, I think Mick speaks up and goes, now, Aled, if it's an invitation to anyone, then surely someone holding it would probably be allowed in. That is a good point, Mick. But what if, now I'm saying what if, I mean, these men, I can tell these men have seen blood recently, haven't they? They try to hide it, but it's on their capes and bits of themselves, ain't it? Like, that one's covered in it. And like, someone's covered in blood. I can smell it. Like, you can smell it. I think Halid.
How far can I know they are the authority of King's Landing, but how far are they allowed to just dick around like they are?
I don't know. No one's saying anything to them at the moment.
Well, can we roll a status check to see what proper protocol is, or
I mean, I'll let you all know. These guys are for sure kind of giving you the runaround. If anyone wants to speak up and say demand stuff, anyone can do that. You know, saying this is ridiculous. If you want to try and talk your way through, that's totally possible. These guys seem to just be taking their sweet time. They don't look like they're going to stop anytime soon.
Okay.
Tiedrick's about done with this.
I imagine Tiedrick's about to get physical, which is a problem.
I mean, pretty far.
Okay.
Depending on the right person.
I'm
gonna lean over on my horse.
Sure.
Pull a dragon. Now, what say we've had a long day of ride, and we would just like to really get to the inn.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, make a persuasion persuasion test. Charm if you have it. This would probably be that.
I don't have anything.
9. Yeah. Yeah, Mick and Halid look at it. I go, I mean, that is true, sir. And Mick takes the coin out of your hand. And goes, that is true, sir. Well, you lot seem all right. I suppose we could let you through. And then suddenly you hear, whoa, whoa, whoa. And coming around the corner, you see a guy in much more displayed plate armor. It's not full plate or anything, but much more displayed. He's got he's a very fancy looking helmet, and he has a crest of the royal seal on his chest. This guy looks like a captain. And he comes over and he goes, Mick, Halid, who are these lot? He goes, House Weirlight, sir. They're here for the tournament. They've got this. Do they? And he kind of grabs it. And you were going to let them in without inspecting their cargo? And they kind of look at each other and goes, why? You do remember we've had smugglers recently. How do we know these lot ain't smuggling? He goes, well, I suppose we don't, sir. That's right, you don't. Excuse me, Lord, my lord. Will you willingly submit to a search of your belongings?
Of course.
Is that allowed?
I mean, technically. Goes,
I'm
well,
just, that
thank you.
doesn't sound like something. Okay. that
Question?
doesn't happen.
Just Aaron, question to Tony. Do we still have that merchant that we were helping bring along?
Yep, he's still here.
Okay.
Hanging around.
But he's not a part of
He
our
witnessed
shit.
that dude
like,
dying. He witnessed the whole
We
thing.
haven't
Yeah.
specified he is not
Now.
part of our shit.
He's had a week.
He's standing next to you in the back, and he's just like, "Boo."
Yeah, it's
Wrong group to travel with.
unless we specify he is not part of our shit, they're gonna assume. he's
Well,
part
I
of our
mean,
shit,
they're
so.
gonna assume
They don't-
things,
they don't-
but yeah.
Yeah. We can correct
Um,
them if they say anything.
Yeah, I was
but-
like, no, we just met him like a day
So,
ago. Like, just crazy.
you guys are delayed a little while as some of the men come around and like look through your supply wagons, and be like, they do kind of
I-
look at Thorsten's stuff and goes, "There's a lot of strange things here."
I want to keep a really close eye on them as they're going
Sure, yeah,
through
absolutely.
the wagons to make sure that they don't like fucking plant something.
Sure,
because
sure,
they're
sure.
Make
cops.
something.
Yep. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's totally fine. It doesn't look like they're doing that, but they are taking out Thorsten's like chemicals and stuff, and they're like, "The hell is this shit?"
If they die, can Thorsten like not stop them? Because if they mess with something that's gonna kill them, that's gonna.
I mean, they're not going to
annoying.
drink it, but they are looking at the glass vials and stuff. Yeah, Thorsten can explain like, "Those are my poultices."
This is milk of the
My
poppy.
my
Welcome.
tonics and
Weird.
bombs and things.
And he goes, "Now, my lord, where do you say you're from? You're from the Reach? From I see from your banners. Did
That's
you make
right.
any stops on the way?"
2 inns.
2 inns. All right. Ever go off the Rose Road?
Don't believe so.
Did you ever wander into the Kingswood?
No.
Did you run into a man by the name of Glarus Tech?
No.
Kind of.
Can I roll a
sizes
breeding
you
or
up.
something to see if I hear? Just
No one here would have
Awesome,
ever heard of
okay.
that.
I just wanted to
That's a
check.
name no one has heard yet. No. He goes,
Just some guy.
kind of looks you up and down, kind of struts up, kind of looks around. Now, I will say they are taking their sweet time, just kind of looking over things, making a lot of people justify even simple things like cloth and like they seem to be very much just giving you the runaround.
Probably Adam Dannett, some kind of bullshit. Okay.
Could we bring up though, since they're asking all these questions?
Yeah,
and,
I mean,
like,
any of you can say anything. That's fine.
Yeah.
We just said we did
uh,
not go into the Godswood, or excuse me, the Kingswood.
Kingswood. No, but the guy was perched. We were close enough to there where like someone shot at us clearly from.
But
there,
did
correct?
you go into the Kingswood to follow the horses?
You don't have to say that. We could just say like, "Hey, someone was shooting at us from the Kingswoods. You know,
Sure.
we got
We're
away."
gonna find Larrick's body eventually.
We have
We can bring
Larry.
it.
Yeah, we have Larry's body with us.
Yeah, we'll have to explain that anyway. So.
They
Go
do
for it.
explain, like, you got a corpse here. Why do you have a corpse?
He was one of our men and he died protecting us.
From what? Ain't no bandits on the Rose Road.
Last you checked. But there seems to be somebody that attacked us on our way here.
Someone attacked you, the captain says. Who who was that?
We're not sure. He shot at us with a bow, while sending 2 peasants out to attack us with clubs.
Hmm. And did you get a look at this man?
He was too far out for us to be able to see.
Know his description.
No!
Yeah.
Know his description. God.
But I do believe one of my associates here did. Or one of my family.
Right.
Mhm.
Hey, sir, I believe my eyes caught him before my father did.
Well, speak up, boy.
Right. This man was tall, dark skin, dark hair, blue eyes. He wasn't wearing any sigil that I could see.
Wait a minute. Tall, dark skin, dark hair, blue eyes, shot at you from. Are you trying to tell me you ran into the Fox Knight?
That is how
Who?
he has been described.
Heard rumors.
And he
Didn't
like
see any
puts,
sigil.
he puts something away. He's just like, all right. Great. All right. He kind of looks over the corpse and pulls it down. He unwraps like the wrapping that's been done on him very unceremoniously.
Oh,
Kind of cuts
Eric.
into it with his knife. Looks at his
Oh.
breastplate. Kind of like taps it. Goes, yeah. Well, that's your sigil. Well, that clears up. And that looks like it's your man. That's a small hole in the neck. I'd say a knife or an arrow. Well, that clears up. Kind of sets up. Kind of looks at you.
Sir, there have been other people saying that someone with dark hair, dark skin, blue eyes have been attacking them on the road as well, because you seem to recognize that
The
immediately.
past few years, yes, son.
Makes sense.
Yeah, no, a lot of people like to claim that was him. All right. He kind of then kind of well, you've all been very polite. That's good. I'm glad. Thank you. It's very nice when people comply. Like now, however, with the dead body and all this, I am going to have to, unfortunately, ask a few of your people individually a few more questions.
Audibly.
All I want
I mean,
is to
if you guys
point
want to
out-
try and talk to him to speed this up, if you just want to bribe this guy,
I don't know if
like,
you should bribe
these
this
are
guy.
options, right?
Are they? Because we
Fine.
don't. Well, if we say something wrong here, it's just gonna
Yeah.
be in jail.
This guy seems like a
Can I
hard ass, so
do
wouldn't-
awareness to see, like, I don't know, are we the only ones coming into the gate this late, or
You could make an awareness empathy check on him, yeah.
yeah.
He introduces himself as, what was it?
Captain.
Yep.
Sir.
Whatever the title is.
Captain Simonin. But all the other men around him are calling him Topper.
Of course they are.
Interesting.
He does give off top energy.
Oh, he's
How, how dare you?
God damn it.
Yeah,
14.
Vivian, you've been watching this man, right?
Hmm.
This man definitely. This is not paranoia, nor is this a man doing his job. This man is. You believe he's kind of giving you guys the runaround. He is there. There is not no reason he is doing this.
Wait, there's not no reason? What?
Yeah, as in there is a reason he is doing this.
Okay.
You don't know what, but this man isn't just being like careful. He is for sure, he's sure kind of fucking with you.
He was probably paid by Adam to fuck with us.
We don't know that.
If
If a man is doing this on purpose means, I mean, I will tell you that does mean he's definitely bribable.
Yeah, I don't know how to go about that because I'm not stealthy at all. Yeah, what is his name?
You could charm
Captain
the
Simonis.
crap out of him.
Mhm.
I can.
Simonin.
Yeah.
Simonin.
Yeah.
I should probably make that phonetic. M-O.
He's typing it.
Oh, it was right on the spelling.
Oh, I put an extra Y in there. I was way off. I
We
went
can
too
all fit you an
fancy.
eye.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gosh, I don't know the average salary of a gold cloak. I'm too
I mean,
rich
it's
to know.
if he's a captain, probably pretty good. You'd probably have to show him some gold.
Okay. What would be unreasonable? You said that a gold dragon's like a fuck.
Lord knows you were probably
Probably,
unreasonable showing a gold to like base guards. Yes.
Maybe like
Yeah,
3 to him, I
basically,
think would be.
If
I
it's a just appropriate amount, there's a roll. If you like give an amount, there are certain amounts where there are no rolls. He'll just be
Okay.
like, "Thank you, man."
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do. I did get paid recently for being my parents' child, so yeah,
Did.
I'll be. Captain Simon, thank you so much for all the work that you do protecting the city and the people among it. I feel so much safer with you, and I'm gonna try and slide him 5 gold dragons.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you just want to like put it in a small throwaway purse you have, and like,
Yeah,
you could just hand it to him. That's
for
nobles
sure.
give charity, right?
Yes. Cool.
So, yeah,
I don't
you
have
hand
to
it
worry
to him,
about
He
it.
will take it and open it, and his eyes go up. He goes, "Well, I do it all for people that like you, madam."
Mm.
And as he puts it away, and he kind of steps back, he goes, kind of puts his head down like he's thinking about something, and he goes,
Mhm.
"I have to be honest, my lady, my lord. I have been dishonest today. With that showing of gratitude for the hard work me and my boys." And he grabs Mick and Hallard very roughly. The fact that they're like, like he's like hurting them.
Oh, I see.
Um,
This is the top energy.
A big
Yeah.
energy for
Mhm.
sure. You do it.
My boys here. I have to say, another noble told me your lot would be coming, and he paid me to harass you. And I'm not proud of it, but there it is. And since you've given such a great money, I kind of goes up to you, TJ. Goes, I wouldn't mind maybe telling you about these Danets. Maybe how many's in their party. Like, who's in there?
My attitude has changed.
My
I will-
disposition has shifted.
Bribery works,
I
man.
will
And,
gladly betray my
He
He
future
kind of
doesn't.
goes, and
employer.
my lord, my lady, if you ever need anything in the other, just ask for Topper, all right? And I'll help you out. But yeah, the Danets, they're if you want to know, you interested?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
Very well, my lord, my lady. Well, getting rid of the
5
tea.
more gold dragons.
yeah.
He goes, the Danets, they're not staying in this thing on the green, which is the huge tourney field.
Mhm.
They're sitting up and they're probably already set up and sleeping right now. It's let's see now, it's that boy Adam who talked to me, Adam Dannett. He's got about 5 knights with him. Definitely good fighting men. 2 looks like basic servant camp followers. Both one man, one woman. They look married. And then of course there's that merchant fella and his 3 men.
Reuben? Oh no, what was that his name?
Yeah, I think his name is Reuben Piper.
Reuben.
Fat old lord. Excuse me, my lady. Yeah. And he's got 3 mercenaries with him. I think they're mercenaries. They're ugly and equipped with weapons, so I always assume. But yeah, they're over by the tourney field, if you ever want to look for them.
Thank you.
Of course,
Yep.
my lord, my lady. And again, sorry about waylaying you. Oh, yes, I'm so sorry, my lady.
Sorry, this was a Serena to
Oh, sure, yeah.
Anthony. Staying on the green, is that technically free than
Yes,
staying
it
in
is free.
Okay,
Are
I'm
we
so-
going
is-
to do that? Was that the plan?
I
for
mean,
us?
no, y'all have
we have
an in.
money.
Yeah.
Remember,
No, I'm
Danets
just
don't
collecting
got
because this is
money.
just reconfirming that the Danets are broke.
Yes,
Like,
staying on the tourney field is free.
so
Weird.
What basically is going to happen is your men are most likely going to sleep at the tourney field because there is no room for them.
yeah, okay.
Nymora, of course, is an exception because Nymora is a sworn sword. She has a status. These men do not.
Okay.
They have a status of 2, and I have 3.
Yes, and it means
Nice.
the difference between a bed and the ground.
Yeah, no.
Raise the magic number.
And he goes, now, my lady, if I could, actually, there is an inn I know for a fact has openings. The Green Tree Inn. It's just up the road there. It's actually fairly easy to find. It's in the Market District. Very nice place in town.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And my lord, my lady, I hope your house does well in the lists. And he gives you a salute.
Thank you.
Don't we, lads? And he once again crimps on there and goes, oh, yep, top, yeah, absolutely. Good luck and all that. And then Halid goes, be rooting for you.
Yeah.
Did we get the
Cool.
paperback?
Yep.
Adam is.
I'm
His
gonna,
mouth is real big.
The guy, the one who was holding the paper, the letter. I'm just gonna very gingerly pull that out of his hands.
Yeah, when you do
And
it, he's
take
like,
that
oh,
back.
oh. And yeah, he quickly lets it go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you guys are finally off into King's Landing.
I'm taller than him, and I have bigger muscles. It's my paper now.
So, your carriage driver and whatnot takes you guys all the way to the Green Tree Inn in the Market District. The rest of your men basically get you out, make sure you have your things and everything ready to go. Meanwhile, your carriage driver will basically tour the carriage and the carriage horses at the stable, the local stable. The rest of your actual horses you're going to use will be taken to the field in the field stables, which are way nicer. And your personal handlers and all that will go off. Your men will, of course, set up your tourney tents. What's his name? Cord offers to set your tent up for you, Nymora, because he knows you're competing. And he knows you have to protect the family tonight.
That would be very nice. Thank you.
No problem. And
I'll bring you
so he'll
something
take-
fancy to drink later.
there he goes. I'll hold you to it. So they kind of go off, and you are free. Of course, your handmaidens and Kyle will take your belongings into the Green Tree, and as all of you parade inwards.
Wonderful.
Inside the Green Tree Inn, no, there is no music playing.
Too
However,
fancy for that.
Nymora, you as someone who often frequents bars, tap houses, and inns, this one you doubt has any splinters. This wood looks actually well polished.
Place is so fancy.
Right? You
The
do
beds
know
are
that
going to have feathers.
there are cushions on seats and decorative cloths on tables. This definitely looks like a fairly nice restaurant. However, there is a smell in here that smells of. Well, it's a smell all of you know very well. It smells of poppies, actually.
Oh God, did they send us to an opium den?
Yeah.
You don't see a hookah or anything. But there
Just
is
because
a
we
bit
don't
of
see
that
it doesn't mean it's
smell
not
in
there.
As you come in, there seems to be multi-tiers to this place. As you enter, to actually go into the tavern proper, you walk in on a stone floor and go up 2 steps onto the nice, well-made, polished wood floor. That itself has what looks like several large tables for sitting and drinking at. To the right of it, as another place that seems sunken back to stone, and there's a large hearth there with very nice lounge chairs and couches. Just beyond that is another 3-step raised tier, still of dark woods. This now has several more seatings, a lot more kind of less for large parties and more for
It's like
private
stadium
time.
housing.
Yeah, well, more like just
Great.
private engagements, like maybe 2 or 3 people sat in an area at one time.
Is there a nice penthouse suite up on top?
Not quite yet. And it is on that third tier, there is a thing of 5 steps to go off to the right where it's kind of like a raised, almost like balcony area where you see several more doors looking like the sleeping areas that disappear behind a wall that seem to maybe wrap around the entire like left to back facing part of the inn. There are several green drapes all over the place. And there is a man behind the bar. He, how do I describe him? Well, he's tall. He's got very long, dark hair that, while definitely has seen attention at some point in his life, there is a lot of, like, his own naturalness in his hair at the moment.
Oh.
He's a bit oily.
Nice Snape hair. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, very much so.
He got blue eyes?
He does not.
Dark skin.
He has brown eyes,
Oh.
and like very gently tan skin. He and wearing not quite finery, but he's definitely wearing clothes that a peasant could never afford in their life. But obviously it's not like great by any means because he's, working. He, as you come in, he goes, "Oh, customers, welcome. Welcome to the Green Tree Inn. My name is Lyle Brewer. It would be my pleasure to be your patron for the evening, or I'm guessing for the foreseeable tournament, as I see some strapping young individuals looking to prove themselves in the list. If I'm not mistaken, and rarely I am.
Oh man.
So if you want to deal for rooms from Lyle, you may.
Yes.
Yes, you're Thenardier.
No, for sure. That was like, I know this guy. Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Probably Miss.
Yeah, we'll deal with it to get some
that guy, yeah.
rooms done.
I go, yes, of course, madam. No, we have 3 rooms, of course, available. We have 2 very large standard rooms, and of course, we have the Star Suite, which is a much more private affair. Perhaps for you and your lordly husband, my dear, my lady.
Oh, goodness, you. Yes, we'll take all 3.
Right away, miss, right away. And he just disappears under his and he just produces 3 keys as if he was a magician, and he's giving you roses to thing. It's not the smoothest thing you've ever seen, but
that's fine.
He's making an attempt.
I've been on the rainy road surrounded by dead bodies and a possible person trying to murder my family.
It's pretty warm in here. There are 3 fires going. One on the right side, one on the left side, and one in the very back.
Seems excessive.
It's a big area.
God.
I'm just
the money is easily exchanged. It's not even worth touching your wealth for. For basically the foreseeable time you'll be here at the tournament.
Okay.
He gladly takes it with obviously no haggling. He of course tells you that breakfasts and dinners are of course included. Of course feel free to always come to the bar. You'll always be patroned by him. And as people are settling things, he does kind of casually mention he kind of leans over and mentions to Henrik and Naimora, who are just kind of standing near there as they're kind of organizing. He goes, also, if you ever happen, I hear tell, if you fancy the company of a comely lass, some do flitter here and there from across the street at the Jade Spring. I hear.
Oh, how we also picked out Naimora.
I don't allow such riffraff in this tavern, but they do come in now and again.
Can't keep track of everybody.
I can't keep track of everybody, and if my till is over by a couple of silvers at the end of the night, who knows where it came from?
Who knows?
That's just how money works.
Yep. Yeah. So as you your ladies and whatnot adjourn your rooms, basically one room for the men, one room for the women, and one room for basically Tidrick and Vinbian.
Yeah.
Which is actually, you notice it's the room around the corner that's raised above the entire tavern and looks out over the roofs of the rest of the place in King's Landing, because it's still.
How nice is their suite?
I mean, it's nice. It has green sheets, like not sheets, like a top blanket essentially.
Very
It's
fancy.
You have your own personal fire. There are wolf hides in here. Like kind of adorned a couple places, and there of course there's the customary plaque of the king. However, there is another plaque of a shooting star.
I'm gonna roll my status to see if I recognize it.
Sure.
I'm just like, I'm tapping a table with my boot, and just like, I bet you that if we go outside into the alley, it's not even going to smell like piss.
No,
Really?
the place is nice.
I don't know.
Or am I asking too much?
It is
There
King's
we go.
Landing.
I think King's Landing has like
14.
a film.
So
Film
Tidrick,
piss.
you would say it does make sense. You think there might be an old theme here. While this place looks newish, or at least well kept, this tavern might be very, very old. And this place is called the Green Tree Inn, and you do recall the symbol of a house with a green tree with a star shooting over it. In fact, you bought a shield with that very
I know that
symbol
one.
on it, and gave it to your son.
Around.
I wonder
Yeah,
if
these are not
Henry
shields, however, these are plaques.
Yeah.
realized.
While our stuff is getting unpacked, I do want to grab Clarissa.
Well, hold on. I will say before y'all talk to each other, I will notice you are
okay.
not the only ones in this tavern.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
All right.
Tell us about Sam's
Everyone.
Sparkle.
This is what I'm getting into. Status.
Where's the goblin at the bar?
There is one table that immediately draws all of your attention. It is a table that is dominating the left side of the room. Many tables have been brought together. There are about 5 knights, all large men. One towers over the rest of them. He is a
Damn.
horrid black cut. Looks like his hair has been cut with a knife. But it's still arranged in an almost gentlemanly way. A strange cross. His armor well kept. They're not armor. His clothes well kept, very nice. But they have obviously been tailored exactly for him. But even then, they can barely hold the bulge of this man's, muscles. And you hear them all slamming ale tankards onto the ground, and they're singing an impossibly inappropriate bawdy song. You catch the end of it and then we ate the Connie's red, and then they all laugh and everyone's like all of them are laughing and
painful.
joking, and they all are saying
Anyone.
impossibly rude things. None of them speak with the accent of a small folk. They don't, have that kind of They speak in proper Westerosi, meaning they're probably of some noble, but their speech doesn't feel very noble.
They're drunk and they're just
Yeah,
hanging
they
out
definitely
with
look like
boys.
they've been drinking a bit.
Not for me.
Do I have any sigils on them? Any house,
yeah.
or house colors?
Yeah,
Yeah, all of
is
them
there any
do.
chance for a status breeding for
Well,
any
I'll
sigil
tell you
or
right
whatever?
now.
gonna
They
guess.
mostly have one of them is wearing black and silver, and you notice a patch on his shoulder as you pass him of a silver chalice with green gems in it, and you recognize
Oh,
that symbol.
shit.
That's House Lugus symbol.
Ooh.
And you do recall meeting a Lugus before at the wedding, Orton Lugus.
His brother's
However, this
competing.
man looks like he could eat. He was the man who ate. Orton
Oh, that's
Lugus.
his brother who's competing in the tourney, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
probably.
did your turn of Sir Nathan Lugus.
Sir
No.
Nathan Lucas,
Nathan. Sorry, not
Nathan.
Nathan. And then Orton did mention his older brother, who was a person.
Someone.
He's just a person who
And
is.
in fact, just quite near the table, in the raised place where there is a small table and 2 green felted chairs there. Sat in one of the chairs, shoulders slumped, looking quite bitter with a glass of wine next to him, reading a book by candlelight. You recognize Orton Lugas. And he looks so miserable. He looks so infinitely miserable. And he's just like shoulders slumped, looking down. And as you're all walking, he kind of looks up. And then like
Civilization.
And you do notice a genuine smile spread across his face.
Yeah, I wiggle my fingers at him.
Yeah, and he goes.
We say hey.
He closes his book. He'll just stand quickly and just be like, Henrik, Naimora, it's very good to see you.
Do you need rescuing from that bunch over there?
I think the world needs rescuing from them, quite honestly.
Just going to say, if they're eating
you're more than welcome at our
they're doing
table.
it wrong.
The relief that explodes across his body when you say he's welcome at your table, like, is palpable. He goes, I would take that any day of the week. Thank you.
Of course. See,
And then you hear everything. Who's that you're talking to, Orty? And he just like closes his eyes. He goes, is that your friends? Like, do they drink? What are their names? They're you. And he points at you. Henrik, they're like, boy there, do you drink?
I do, but I find that
Well,
sometimes...
then have a fucking drink with us.
Yeah, okay.
And Orton
Yeah.
mouths, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Hey, you there? I was like, woman, are you in armor? You drink, right?
Just I look down at myself. Just like, it certainly looks like I am.
Like,
And I do
you
enjoy a
drink?
drink now. Mm-hmm.
Then fucking drink with us, come on! And they will just give you ale mugs.
They just give us alcohol.
They give you alcohol.
And we use something else.
All right.
Get alcohol. All right, cool. Have
Like,
a mug of ale.
All right. And now the first to finish their entire mug of ale is in a fucking a stupid cunny. Go! And they all just start chucking.
I look at confusion and sympathy with my more. I was like, what the fuck did we just walk into?
If you want to sneak out with
both
with
lost.
Orton- yeah.
Yep.
No, neither of us are
We
drinking right
can't
away.
leave without at least taking one drink. I think.
All right.
Do you try and down it?
Yeah.
I will try and down.
All right, that
yeah,
is
we'll try to down it.
that is an endurance drinking test. I'm guessing not
Oh,
even
God.
drinking, but it's endurance.
And drinking is a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
It's
Apparently.
natural.
Remember when like I took like the thing with like the stag's head? This is one of them.
Yeah, both of you easily make it. You go, all right. Nathan Lugas beats both of you. Boom, but then you immediately slam both of them down. The rest of his men slam, and one coughs, and they all go, "Hey!" and they just start punching him. And the stomach and stuff. It's not enough to actually seemingly hurt him.
Oh my god.
Definitely
goes,
some hazing vibes
rough
here.
out.
I don't like it.
Oh yeah, and it goes like it looks like the boy's got more balls than you, eh? And they all laugh, and they're like, just laughing max volume.
I am
Making
terrified
frantic-
to know
frantic
where
under the
Mariella
table
is.
frantic
Yeah,
under the table motions at Orton.
Hey,
Just like,
this remembers
please,
the time I killed those sick fucking Dornish men. At that one battle. What battle was that? And then he just starts going into an accomplishment he had. 3 men I killed, all with a shield, bashed their fucking skulls in. Just like, not to mention what I did to their wives later. Whoa-hey! And they all just start laughing.
Wow. This is
I can't.
awesome.
Yeah,
Mhm.
terrified
Oh
of
my God.
knowing where Mariella is.
just kind of
Yeah, they seem to not be looking at you.
more
Awesome.
alcohol. Is there more alcohol?
Can we sneak up?
There is
more
more
alcohol.
alcohol, yes.
I get more to
I'll
prevent
lean over
myself
to
from
Clarissa
punching
and
people in the
Mariella
face.
to a room.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
I imagine like me, Jennifer, Constance, like Clarissa, like
Oh yeah,
we're fucking
totally
out.
passed.
Nope.
Yeah, hurriedly. Now, I will say there are other people. Those are just the most obvious. Orton has kind of gotten your attention. He's very much like, I'm so sorry.
Is he successfully fleeing?
She at our
He
table?
seems to be staying in solidarity. He's not drinking by any means because they seem to already be like, I'm so glad you're not a girl like him. The woman's got more balls than you, Ordy. And he's just like, and he goes, good one, got me again. Like as he like turns the page, like, I was like,
yes,
you're no fun, you fucking nanny. And he's just like, that's me. So yeah, and
Is that who else is
immediately
here?
Nathan also demands Nymora and Henrik tell him of martial and like coital conquests immediately.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Henrik.
I'm just gonna stick with Marshall.
Yep.
Yeah. Take a big gulp. I'll just like
Ironborn.
relive the story of the when we helped out the Dolvers and freaking the Iron Men came by.
Awesome.
How it
Nathan Lucas interrupts
headed one.
both of your stories. He goes,
Yeah.
"That's right, the time and then he will just go into his own thing.
I see. I see. That's
Now,
how it is.
now, Henrik, you have arrogance as a drawback. This man actually has something above you. He has
Oh.
supreme arrogance.
Oh. Oh. I thought I couldn't be beat.
Yep.
This is how other people feel.
Yeah, this is what it's like.
Now,
Ooh.
I will notice other people can, of course, still notice other people around the room. Besides them,
Oh man,
Yeah,
just
take
this
a second.
group. This
Breathe.
group is so intimidating, though.
God, I'm
It's
so
just
scared.
loud.
Me as Aaron the person is terrified to walk up to them. Like I can't.
on the right side of the room, a much quieter affair. One man sitting, there are two men. One sitting at one of the chairs in the sunken stone area. One on the couch. There is a quite comely lass with a silken gown and long black hair astride his lap. These two men have very dark complexions. You might even see they look Dornish. One much older, the man with the woman on his lap seems well into his years. His hair is back in a long braid. Looks like it's never been cut. He has lots of age lines across his face, but lots of laugh lines as well. Parts of his eyes look like small damage. He has some cuts on his faces. He has a sword at his side. In fact, if anyone cared to notice, it's quite a strange-looking sword. The other man sitting in the chair, much younger, possible teenager, possible 20s. It's hard to tell. He has a very kind face, very long, straight, like sandy brown hair with this kind of olive caramel complexion, and he has these very stunning, like light green eyes. Fairly attractive. He's fairly attractive, and he seems like a little this man. You hear him making comments of like, Lida, please, you're so beautiful. Like, I would love to have you come back. I want you. I need you. Come back to me at my villa. And the woman goes, well, that is a very profitable offer. How many beds are in this villa? And she goes, so many beds. And the young man, he goes, yes, some of them even have his children in them. And he like glares at him, and the woman laughs.
Nice.
And the woman laughs and goes, "Oh, your wit has come out tonight." He goes, "Well, what can I say? You inspire some things in me." And she laughs guffawingly. And as you all have started to like look at this woman, you suddenly hear behind you like, "Hey, you! Hey, you're not welcome here! Get out! Yeah!" Lyle like snapping a towel rag in his general direction.
Spraying them with a hose.
Like a water.
And she's like,
Spray bottle.
and stands up and goes, I'm going. Like, listen, no, why, Lyle, why do you do this to me, a man? My passions are burning. Yes, these normal Westerosi are normal to cuckolding by women, but not men of this caliber. Why do you do this to me? He goes, now if you wish a company, oh god, names.
Go across the street to the
Take her up to
Jade.
your room.
Now I think if you oh my god. Now, if you
Jade
wish a
something.
company, Gennady, you Gennady, you are fine to go over to that establishment, but not at mine, all right? Okay.
No, is that the older one?
Respected place. He's looking directly at you guys. Look, this is a respectable place. No people like that in here. No, not at all, not at all.
And that was
yeah.
the older one that he was referring to.
Yes, the older one.
Okay, and
What's the older one's name again? Sorry.
Gennady.
Sir Gennady.
Gennady.
Isn't it the Jade Waterfall?
Jade Spring.
Jade Spring.
You're
I know
close.
how to do with water.
Yeah. And he will go and sit back down, and then goes, "It is your fault she is gone." And he just like puts the hand up. He goes, "I think you're fine to blame me for it, my friend." He goes, "If you had more experience, you would know." I think Brian.
Ryan.
Nice.
strange
Right.
name for Dornishman.
Brian.
Yeah, it's like it's
With
got
a Y.
with a Y. Yeah, thank you.
The only way to make it fantasy.
Yeah, so those two are sat there talking to each other as a kind person would have called her a courtesan. She was wearing nice-ish clothes.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's her hustle. You know what? She does what she has to.
Seemingly.
You said, sorry.
Yeah.
You said that one of their swords looked strange. In what
Yes,
way?
the man who's named Sir Gennady.
Mhm.
His sword looks odd.
Check it out.
What does it look
Do
like?
you look at it?
Yes.
Very well. Sir Gennady immediately looks up at you and goes, "Ah, I see, my lady, you are looking at my scorpion."
Scorpion.
And he takes the blade off of his side, and he opens the hilt, and you notice the blade of his longsword is pure black.
Ooh.
It is a Valyrian steel weapon.
Mm. Fancy.
He goes, "Do you wish to touch it?"
And she'll reach out for it.
Touch it. There is an odd warmth to the blade that you weren't expecting.
It's very impressive.
He goes, It is. It is even more impressive the way I killed the man I took this from. Like, it was in a battle of wits and deceit, and not only did I kill him, I took his wife as well. Not killed her, of course. I would never do that. That's awful. Only cowards do that. Like, yes, the man could hardly stand. With this blade, he could have cut me to the quick, but a simple talk to his chef, simple drop of poison, and he was like butter in my hands. Which, in Dorne, Nymora, this is a good story. In
Yeah.
Westeros, this is not a good story.
It's very clever. It's very smart.
Yes, to a Dornishman.
Yes, it's the most you can get done for the
And
least amount of
Clarissa,
work
since
possible.
you're right there, why don't you give me an awareness test?
All right. Just straight.
Yep.
An awareness test to see that Nymora is about to murder the men she's sitting with.
I mean, that for sure. But you do notice the younger man, Brian, as he's telling the story, there is the almost so impossibly subtle twitch at his eye as he's telling the story, as if he is very upset. But this man seems incredibly good at hiding it, like it's practiced. But you are just so disgustingly good in your, that's basically a crit, that you can tell this young man might have a bit of contempt for this older man, possibly linking to that sword.
Ooh.
Didn't think you were going to roll a 25, but there it is. You also notice what other people didn't. At the very far back, just to the right of the back fire, there is another person here, but he is well hidden.
Mm.
He is a man vaguely from the outline of his shoulders, and he's smoking a pipe, and he's wearing a hood.
It's Aragorn.
And he is seemingly watching everyone in the tavern.
Strider.
Oh no.
And
Why
there
couldn't
is
I have
a small mug of ale next to him.
Why couldn't I have been a buff knight?
There's still time.
All right, so how long do you stay letting them drink with you, Nymora? Sir Nathan and his just awfulness. He hasn't even asked your names.
No, yeah. How's Henrik looking?
Henrik, how are you looking?
How do you
I mean,
feel?
from your rolls, you guys are doing okay. It's just like, Jesus, this guy.
If I look pale, it's because of the company we're with, not because of the alcohol, I think. I would like to, and Nymora can for sure join if she can, duck out and see if we can talk to...
Sure.
Because he
Now, do
seems
you
like
want to try and
much better
physically
company.
sneak away or make some kind of deterrence with your voice? Like, hey, Nathan, tell us about how you did that one girl.
Yeah, I'll see if I can get Nathan started on like a long-winded story that he's not going to notice me leaving
Sure.
for.
I would say
Ooh.
this is probably deception because you're trying to like get him distracted.
Okay,
So-
that's, better than,
Bluff-
that's,
bluff
a
with a
better
fly
than, that's
here.
a lot better than my stealth. Ooh,
Can
I
I,
never get to use bluff.
Can I help somehow? Because I-
Sure. How do you
I want to try and start a like one-upping thing. Because Nymora
Okay.
at one point did sleep with twins, so
There we go. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
okay.
So like get started. So
then
like,
then
what's
that for you would be like a persuasion, or if there's another one that you feel like is more appropriate.
so can it be taunt?
well,
where-
that's a subclass of it, right? But
Yeah,
yes,
but
it can.
because I
It absolutely can.
where
be,
I'm
yeah.
just sort of like, because I talk about all the people that you eat, they're eating a bunch of cunts. If you're eating them red, then you're doing it wrong. I slept with twin sisters, and it's just
okay. Yeah, persuade. Yeah. So why don't you roll? Why don't you roll persuasion taunt?
Things Henrik is learning.
13.
It's so helpful.
13. Okay, and now please roll deception, Henrik.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, with the bonuses and both of you. Yeah, so he will get and he goes, twins.
Tell us
Let
about the
me
orgy.
tell you. I think you and a bunch of men go, whoa, like they know this story.
Okay.
Let me tell you the story of a mother, a daughter, and a daughter-in-law. And he just, so starts with this bum rabbit of a man, face first in the dirt, and he just like starts going on the stairs.
We escape.
And you guys all go,
Leave.
wow.
Leave. God.
Flee.
Oh, thank free.
Or as you go by, you hear from Orton, expertly done.
Your brother's
think-
a piece of work.
Yeah, I can see why
He goes-
you'd rather
he
be
goes-
alone
he goes-
here.
You see, I hadn't noticed. But you've already learned how to handle him, so I doubt he'll be much of a problem for you later. And he looks at you, Henrik. By the way, he favors his left side. Aim for the
know.
right. You might unhorse him.
Man fucking hates brother, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, he's immediately like, please beat the shit out of my brother.
Do my best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so good to see you here, Ord. For sure. Well, obviously, everyone's coming to this tourney, of course.
Yes, well, they are, aren't they? And as the second son, it is sort of my responsibility to be here, because normally if it was just one of my siblings, I think they might manage, but with both here, I will have to sort of play nanny. And suddenly a door slams open, and you suddenly hear, "Who the hell has my drink?" A womanly voice, and Orton goes, "Oh." And-
Oh.
This is either the sister or the other brother, and I don't know which would be better.
It's a woman.
Said feminine. I would have been fine with either, but this is great.
A dark-haired woman descends the stairs in a black dress with a green sheen to it. And you suddenly hear, "Whoa, hey, sister!" And she walks over. She's quite beautiful, tall, elegant, quite tall. She passes you, Henrik. She's taller than you. Actually, no. Hold on. How tall are you, Henrik?
Like 5'9",
As tall as you.
Still.
She passes you with grace, and she walks up to one of the men sitting on the benches, and one of them goes, they kind of looks at him expectingly, goes, "Oh, Marita, my lady, please, I'm weary from travel," and she kind of stares at him and goes, "For a kiss, maybe?" She goes, "Well, all right." And then she just punches him in the face. And he actually falls to the right. This full man.
Remember, she's possibly poisoned the last two of her.
I know. Still.
And she sits down, grabs his drink, and downs it, flips it upside down, and does not burp. She kind of goes, still refined.
I'm looking at Nymora for
Tony, you know how you asked me? You know how you asked me that if Nymora was like went after noble ladies?
Yeah.
And I said no.
Yeah.
Is that answer quickly changing?
This is it. Yeah. I'll leave it to Nymora.
You're challenging me.
Yikes.
Sure, yeah, I'll go back to Nymora. Like, I'm sure you can find some excuse to go back there and talk with these people if you'd like.
She's just like, that woman, everything that I want to be in life.
Yeah. She goes,
except for
"Can we perhaps get something to eat over here? My womanly stomach is quite empty. Affafasi no vagore." And she starts speaking Bravosi.
The fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Is this like she sound Barosi, or is this more like a show kind of thing?
She sounds like she knows the language.
Okay.
She sounds like she's definitely comfortable speaking it, but you've never heard Bravosi a lot, so but she still she doesn't have the accent quite down, so it's not like her native tongue is Bravosi, but it sounds like she speaks it and is comfortable saying. So
her previous husbands have been Westerosi, right?
They have.
Okay. She's got a Bravosi Mister? What's the Mister?
We don't know yet.
What's the male version?
Yeah,
of
and
Mistress?
you oh god, I wish you wouldn't speak that fucking shit talk. And goes, "If you have a problem with the way I speak, my lovely big brother, you can of course talk me down. I wouldn't say you would wake up in the best of conditions." And Bunch goes, "Why?" This seems like a normal background. And Orton is just like staring at the two, and he goes, "I'm so sorry.
Your sister is a force of nature.
That is a word I suppose you could say
She's
about
like
her."
a tornado or a thunderstorm.
She's definitely captivated her friend Nymora here, that's for sure.
The aftermath is certainly equivalent.
Ooh, I can tell.
So there's that all going on.
Mhm.
So
What is everybody else doing?
what are y'all doing?
Well, other than the two Dornish and mystery guy that only Clarissa sees, is there anybody else down here other than the big raucous group?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Not that you can see.
Is it just like the Lugus symbol that we're seeing from that group, or it's like, are there other? Okay. Oh
Yeah.
God.
The young man doesn't have any kind of arms on him. The older man does. So if you want to try and identify it, it's a Dornish house. So I'll tell you.
So would I know that, or was that a case of rolling?
No, it's a part of Westeros. You're in the Reach. If you were from the north, I'd be like, I don't think you'd know that. But you're in the Reach. It's kind of a thing. So you can make a heraldry chest.
Reachmen hate Dornishmen.
All right. So then it would just be status because I have breeding, not heraldry.
Yeah.
I clicked it.
Also,
There we go.
Aaron, that bluff,
21.
that bluff was almost a straight sixes. Aaron, good job.
Yeah, no, that was really good. But yeah, no, yes, that is House Shanin.
How in the world do you spell that?
Like that.
Okay, thank you.
House Shanin, yes. They are from the group of basically like red Dornishmen, which are the Dornishmans who dominate like the Red Wastes and whatnot.
Mhm.
The House Shanin is very tiny. In fact, it is only the house of a greater landed knight, which this man might
Would be
possibly be the head of.
This might be the night.
Yep.
He's got
the
a
younger man,
flame
to
sword.
your degree, looks like he's a hedge knight of some kind. You don't see any real symbols on him that you would recognize. If he has them on them, he might have made them up recently, because that's what
Okay.
hedge knights do. Like, he's a knight, but technically worthy of nobility, but he doesn't, definitely has a regal bearing to him, but that's about it. Yeah, so House Shanin, they are, the only thing you'd know vaguely about House Shanin is you kind of get confused with a bunch of other small Dornish houses. Is that the one who poisoned the one guy and stole his wife? Is just the end of a lot of Dornish stories.
Yeah.
So, meh.
There's a lot of questionable wife acquisitions, yes.
Yes, there is.
All right.
Ah, Dorn.
Mhm.
A lot of them are very decent folk, but the squeaky wheel gets the grease. You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah, I want to go talk to that figure, but Vivian wanted to speak with me.
Yep. Why I wanted to do it upstairs and not down here with
You
everyone.
can. You have the
Yeah,
ability
there
to
are
go
smaller
up and down.
tables and
Okay.
stuff upstairs, so like you can.
Yeah.
You
I
have,
want
like-
just out of earshot of everyone. Yeah, I just wanted to tell her. Hold on, question. Is it now public known that Iris is missing? Or
Apparently, that's you hear the rumors.
Okay, that is public. Okay. Clarissa, I would like you to keep your eyes and ears open on the possible whereabouts of Iris Dannett. I feel as though if her brother was to bring the merchant that she was betrothed to here, there must be a reason. Perhaps to keep him in confidence or something. But if I know anything, if someone wants to disappear, King's Landing is the place to do so.
Understood. It will be done, my lady.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yep.
And...
You doing anything else, Vivian? Or are you retiring from this buffoonery?
I don't. I mean,
Or do
I'd
you
like
want
to
to go talk to the smoking man?
No, I don't want to go talk to the smoking man because he'll probably stab me. I feel like if no one but Carissa can see him, he does not want to be seen.
He's just not obvious because he's in the dark part of the tavern. But yeah,
I don't want to be stabbed.
it isn't like he's hiding behind a bush. Like,
I feel like someone with armor and/or can fight back should go talk to him. I don't want to get stabbed. Plus, I feel like that person doesn't interest Vivian.
fair enough.
I thought about Marita, but then she punched a man, and I'm like, I don't want to be punched. I will die.
Interesting.
I will let this woman punch me.
Honestly, the only one I find interesting to talk to is Orton Luke. Oh, he's the only one civilized.
He seems the most well-mannered person here, you'd say.
Yeah, but I don't know if he'd talk about his sister or the fact that she poisoned possibly 2 other people.
I mean, if you want to go talk to him, you might find out.
Yeah.
Maybe.
He already told
Sure.
your son how to beat his brother.
Sure. Yeah, I'll talk to Orton. He's the only one I can talk, or I'd want to talk
You'd
to.
feel
here
right
because-
talking to.
Yeah.
Very well.
The only one around here who
what
has
are you
culture.
doing?
I am going to make sure that I take a seat at a table so I can see the raucous group.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're more on the right side, kind of staring
Yeah.
over at the left side, like.
They're talking about orgies.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Naimora and Henrik still over there?
No, they are
No.
not.
Okay.
They have scampered away.
We fled.
They have freed themselves from the whirlpool that is Nathan Lugas.
It's like you guys could probably like draw Orton like towards our table if you wanted.
Yeah,
but
you easily could. He already likes you guys more.
I will walk. Actually, you know what? Instead of sitting down, I'm going to walk up to Orton and put my arm around his shoulders and pull him over as if
All right,
he's
so
one of ours.
perfect excuse to talk to him, Vivian. And yeah, you seat him at a table with you, and he gladly goes. Puts his book in his pocket, adjusts his hat.
What's he
And,
reading?
Yeah. At Orton with us.
Orton. How have you been? It's been a while.
Yes, Lady Vivian, Lord Tedric, it has been not that long.
No,
Let's say a month.
Long enough for things to have happened.
Fair enough. Things are well. Well, you know, my sister's getting married, so that's nice.
This is the what time?
What?
How many times now?
Are you saying that in out of character?
No, I'm saying that to him whispered.
He goes. Oh yeah, he goes. A third.
Are you hoping this one takes?
Honestly, yes, in the reputation wise, no, because I do not wish to spend the rest of my family gatherings talking to Langley Woods. You might meet him, he's here somewhere.
Oh, no.
Don't talk. Don't let him talk to you. My lady. He cups your hand, he goes, please, my lady, don't let him talk to you. He is not a person who should speak to a lady of your caliber.
You might meet him.
I had heard some things, but is he that dreary? Or is he?
He is. I do not wish to speak ill of a man who will be my brother-in-law.
But family's
if
best.
this is said in confidence, as he looks at both of you, like, I might face Lord Lannister's tickler before having a full conversation with him, trapped in a room.
Oh no. That doesn't bode well, especially your sister being as vibrant as she is.
Oh yes. She is very spirited. My mother encourages it. She knows best, I suppose. Now, Vivian Tedric, you know his mom is the Mountain's sister.
Oh.
Older sister.
He just seems so soft compared to...
I mean, does Nathan Lugas make more sense now?
Yes.
Than Marita?
That explains the height. Jesus.
I thought that it might be like the Hound or like someone like to that.
Yeah, it's the Hound and the Mountain's older sister.
Thought,
Is his mom.
it's Clegane, yeah.
Yep.
I would have never guessed you were related. The hair is the same, but you seem to have different.
Yeah, I suppose. I know House Lugas in the past has had a rough reputation, but as of the past 10 years since the rebellion, I think we've, well, that's 5 years at least. I think we've very much cleaned up the act. I know my father did what he had to during the time as we went from serving the Targaryens to now serving the Lannisters, but I feel like it was tumultuous times for all of us, yes?
Yes, it was.
Question.
Yeah.
Is that true? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
From what
So they're-
Cedric rolled the first time you met
Mhm.
Orton Logus, you know enough about them. Yeah,
Okay.
they served the Targaryens,
Mhm.
and then when the Lannisters looted King's Landing, they switched sides.
Okay.
And
As most people
and
do,
Perhaps
yeah.
became direct bannermen of the Lannisters.
Okay. All right. So they serve
And
Lucas
yeah,
is under Lannister. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We all must do what we must in wartime, I suppose.
yes, I suppose I wouldn't know, but yes, I I mean I love my family, and I think hopefully we'll be doing better. I know Nathan is loud, but I will say he is a far better. I think he's far better than predecessors of my family.
Mm.
I don't think I might do the Lugas family name proud if I was ever forced to become heir. You just kind of laugh.
Tish Tosh, I'm sure you have quite a brilliant mind, and, well, I can only speak for myself that I think that while some people are gifted in sword, there are some who need to be gifted in words and numbers and, of the mind.
Thank you. I do appreciate that. I mean, I've been through the he looks at teacher. I've been through training like all men of a noble house. I know how to swing a sword, and I will boast even that I might even be a middling swordsman. But graveyards are filled with middling swordsmen, so I much rather be a scholar.
So I take you'll not be participating in the. Sorry.
He laughed. Me? No. No. Those accolades, I'm sure, will be won by my brother.
Mm.
Are you participating, Lord Tedric?
No, I will not be participating, but my son Henrik will be.
I see. I thought you would at least participate in the melee.
Well, maybe there.
I heard it is to be a grand melee finale this year. Which you would know, Tedric, means teams. Like so, should be interesting. But yes, now I know we have poked a lot of fun at my family tonight, but do remember I am a scion of the House of Lucas. But I will notice what is this business with the Dannets? I have heard the rumors; they are ridiculous. I can't. I've met you, Tedric. I mean, perhaps you are a man full of so much guile that you could pull the wool over my eyes. I'm not. I will never pretend to be a man who's quite good at that. But I don't think this is what is the business with this? We talked to the Dannets before. What is this business? If I'm overstepping a bounds and I'm being too familiar,
Of course not.
please tell me.
We need to get this business out in the air. We have done nothing of these rumors.
He nods.
If
who
we
spread
have,
them?
then it was beyond my knowledge.
But you believe that your men have not done such a thing.
I do believe that. I do believe that our men have not done said things. There seems to be a man afoot that is, if not the head of the snake, definitely working for the snake that is spreading these rumors. He has the description the same as the Fox Knight.
Kind of thinks for a minute. He goes, no, yes, no. I've heard of the Fox Knight. Yes, no.
Doc.
Yes.
Orton Lucas
Yeah.
doesn't have blue eyes, does he?
Orton? No.
Okay.
No, he's green. He goes. I was like, yeah, no, I know of the Fox Knight. Yes, no, he's Clayton K, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, you did not know his name before.
Oh.
You know,
I know I know he's involved.
House
with
Arcade. Yeah,
Yeah, the
Yeah,
House
House
Arcade.
yeah. I believe it's supposed to be Clayton Arcade, Sir Clayton. I haven't heard much, but
It's still questions as to why he would be doing this.
I can't think of a reason. I mean, I know the arcades served the Targaryens, but so did you, so did we, so did, I think, most of us sitting in this tavern. But things change. But
Indeed.
I don't know. Well, if you need anyone to step forth to judge your character and speak impartially, please call upon me. The way you handled things at the wedding, I know you are people of caliber and people I am very happy to see here today.
Well, then expect to be called upon.
Anytime you have anything you need help with looking into these rumors,
If you
I
hear
am-
anything,
I will let you know. I just let you know I am terribly bored. So if any of your people need help, I
well, if
have
you can
I
look
have
into
a
this
remotely
without
keen eye.
causing- if you could look into this,
Sorry.
I assume I get pinched.
Yes, you do get pinched. If you're starting to ask him to help, I will pinch you underneath the table.
Well, just be available.
I shall. I will be easily. I will most likely be in here often. I've been to King's Landing before, and nothing about this place necessarily draws me. Of course, I'll watch you at the list.
Of course.
But yeah,
Well, let's drink and be merry.
very well. You take this
I'll
wine.
raise my hand and call over the servers and everything and whatnot.
Right? Yep, Lyle will come get you. and Vivian, did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I would love
Talk
to
to
talk to
Orton?
Yeah. It's like,
Go
so
for it.
your sister, she was speaking Bravosi, was she not? Do your family have
He
dealings
looks
in Bravo?
uncomfortable when you say that. He goes, yes.
Does your family deal in Bravos very often?
No, we do not.
You
He
don't
goes,
seem...
what my sister does in her time is her own. And he's just like, forgive me, Lady Vivian, I don't really know many details about it, but I do know my sister's obsession with the city of Bravos is not a favorite subject of mine. Not that there's anything wrong with foreigners, but I think there is a difference between the idea of a place and what the place actually is.
Mhm. I don't believe that's for a single fucking second.
Okay.
But I don't know what to do with that because I don't
You-
want to
you
be
could-
stabbed in the neck.
You
Well,
could
your
you could
husband
try
is
and
right there.
you could try and awareness empathy just to see if you get an inkling of something.
Or
And if that
yeah,
encourages you to jump into an
Uh-huh.
intrigue with young Orton to
yeah,
discern the truth about this, you may.
yeah, I don't believe as someone who feels like he has to babysit his siblings doesn't know what his sister's up to. I'll test it out.
You always have your husband right there, just in case.
This is true.
Oh, okay. Stab.
Mhm.
So what you think is going on here is Orton. You think Orton is Orton's 26. You think Orton
Why is he not
takes
married?
pride in being the smart person in the family,
Mhm.
and he seems to be insinuating that he does know what's going on with his sister, but doesn't want to talk about it. But you're actually kind of getting the feeling that he might not actually know, and just maybe wants to like look cool in front of you.
Mm. Okay.
Just let him
He,
have it.
you get a strange feeling of admiration for both you and Tidrick. I think he seems very comfortable sat at that table.
Okay. All right then. If I don't get anything suspicious, I won't push into an intrigue.
Not that you feeling.
Yeah. All right. I won't. I was just interested because I always find it interesting when people learn different languages, and your sister seems.
Oh yes, I mean if Selangli Woods were to ever deal with the East, I'm sure my sister would be a great help to him, and that I can be proud of. I don't know of the likelihood of that happening, but
Is your brother married?
he's not. Can you believe it? No, that's. And he immediately he goes, no, wait, no.
Right, I remember who I am.
I will
just
say,
raise a
though
gently hand.
Nathan can appear the way he is, he's not a bad man. He would never.
Mhm.
A lot of his stories are boasts. He's never treated any woman I've ever seen him with poorly.
Mhm.
I think if anyone were to marry him, would expect. I don't think any violence or brutality from him, even remotely, or even anger. They would just have to experience other things.
Broad gesture.
You're not married either.
No, I'm not. No,
Sore spot.
no. It's not. It's not really a priority.
Oh.
Kind of scratches. He goes drinks from his wine.
I hope I didn't I'm sorry if I overstepped.
No. I mean, if you would have overstepped, you would have overstepped at my sister and brother and all the other things we've talked about tonight.
This is true.
No, it's they're not, and he kind of goes, I'm not exactly a looker, and there are no priorities or gain for really most women of stature to marry me. There's very little incentive. My house is not wealthy. While it does have a reputation, it is not necessarily a shining one. I am a second son. I have no real properties to my name. It's not really something I think about often. I'm mostly just trying to find a way to be an accomplished second son. If I fancy girls any less, I might have become a maester. But I do believe that is a step I'm currently unwilling to go to.
I see. Well, you do your house proud in what you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I do wish my house would see that from time to time. Kind of just coughs and drinks more.
Yeah. Yeah. I will not keep up more of your time. I am sure your company is best spent with the others.
He nods.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't wish to go back.
Well, I meant the other ones of you.
Yeah.
An old woman.
Fantastic. Does anyone else want to do anything before we end the night? Hello, Clarissa. What do you wish to do?
Gonna go flirt, maybe?
No. I'm gonna watch this hooded figure.
Sure.
I'm gonna probably sit with Nymora and Henrik and whatever, and I'm gonna try and watch him the whole night. I want to see if he's actually drinking what's in his cup. I want to see, I just want to know everything I can.
Sure. Roll an awareness notice check.
I'm pretty good at those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you are.
He's nursing it. He is sipping from it, but it's the same glass, you think. He's not drinking it much.
Mm-hmm.
He's just nursing it occasionally, a tiny sip. You have noticed for the past while, he's been staring at Henrik.
He's a pretty boy.
I am.
You just notice from the glint of the firelight in his eyes.
But I can't. I can't see his face at all. Like he's.
It's hard. It's dark. With a 20, I'll definitely say he looks older than anyone else here. And he has a thick mustache that's grayed.
You okay there?
Good.
The eyes don't look lustful when he's staring at Henry. I'll say that. He's in like, oh yeah, look at that soft boy.
Ooh, like a soft teen boy.
Hey there, Muslims.
Yeah.
I was getting that vibe.
No. It's more like he's like analyzing, looking him up
He
and
is
down.
looking at me critically or like really
Yeah, a little
staring.
bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll kind of.
I don't know.
I
this
almost
source
wish
does.
it was more soft boy looks, but sure.
I guess we could have done something for that, but here I don't know.
I'll pivot towards Henrik and pretty lowly, trying to keep my mouth away from him. I'll say, "You seem to have a watcher, Henrik."
I do. Huh. Does she like nod her head somewhere?
Yeah, I'll kind of,
Okay.
vaguely gesture.
With the hair.
Yeah, the hair.
Nice.
It's not usually the type of sort that watches me from afar, but interesting. It's been there a while, hasn't it?
My
Yeah.
notes.
Oh,
Oh no, what
I was
happened?
like, what kind
No,
of?
you're good. You're good.
Okay.
You'll never find out.
I guess not.
Just keep
Totally.
an eye on it. I would suggest. I will as well, of course, my lord.
I don't think it'd be a good idea to go talk to him. And he's been on that drink for a while. Otherwise, I'd suggest maybe I can order him one, but so I'll just keep an eye out.
Okay.
Can we ask maybe Lyle how long he's been like the lay on that guy? Like, hey,
Yeah, Lila goes, oh, that bloke over there?
Hmm?
Oh, that's Sir Joris.
Sir Dolores?
Sir Joris.
Sir Joris. Do I know that name?
Doesn't sound familiar.
Joris. I can assume by his title that he's entering the list for the tourney. Couple weeks. Oh, I spelled that wrong.
He goes, oh, I don't know about that. He's quite old. Maybe. I'm not sure. He hasn't talked about it. He hasn't really talked to anyone, really. Kind of kept to himself. He's been there a while.
How long? Just today? Or is he staying here?
Oh, no, several days. Spends most of his days and nights like that. I feel sorry for the old man.
Well, thank you, Lyle. I appreciate it.
Like he nods and goes off. All right. Okay. 1 second.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Everyone's still down at the table, right? We're still together.
Unless they are somewhere else.
Okay.
At this point, yeah.
Okay. Talk to.
I wanted to, like, if I could ask Laurel, like, could I? Nope, that wouldn't make any sense because why would I be looking for? I guess I don't know how I would phrase that. You know what? Yeah. Like, have you seen there's someone I was to meet here. A friend of mine. I give her Iris's description.
Oh.
Who you're saying this to? Who?
Lyle.
Lyle. He goes.
Yeah.
Blonde hair. No, my lady. I'm sorry. I haven't seen any girls with blonde hair for quite some time.
Oh, all right.
Sorry to say.
Yeah. And then I'll leave.
I actually was gonna ask something similar to that, but to Orton, if he knew anything, if like,
Do
you know
not
the dad.
fucking ask Orton. It's a bad idea.
If you're not there, that doesn't
That's
stop.
why I wanted to ask. Like, is everyone here? Because I'm definitely not saying it when Vivienne's around.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it, just bring everyone into this shit. Okay.
I'm gonna play the game that way.
How's Weirlight? Our problems are your
So does
problems.
anyone? Does anyone go and talk to anyone else before the night comes through? Anyone approach Sir Joris? Anything like that?
Mariella
Sir
would have
Joris?
no reason to talk
Joris?
to Joris.
Does Joris look like he's like? Does he look like a knight, or is it like kind of huddled in?
He's
where you
not
can't tell?
wearing armor right now, but he has
he's-
broad shoulders.
He's
Right.
he's hooded, Aragon hidden in the corner with
He
a light.
he's Aragorning it up for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He is Spec
Right.
Person the Third, in any standard adventure from what
yeah,
you can
that's
see.
right.
Well, if I knew about him, maybe, but
Yeah. So I'm just saying, Henrik, Namora, Clarissa, the people who know about him. Anyone approach him?
Do they want me to? I'll go and talk to the old man if they want.
Probably the best out of all of us.
It's look weird if we
Is
tried.
All right.
Politics, Naimor, remember.
You got this. You got this.
Yeah. So Namora, you approach him.
So,
He's got a pipe in his mouth.
yeah, all right. I'll go and get another drink, and then I'll go and go up to the table and just say, "Excuse me, sir, is the seat taken?"
He takes a pipe out of his mouth and gestures to the seat next to him.
Thanks kindly.
Nods.
Sit down.
And the moment you sit down, he goes, "That boy." Kind of gesturing to Henrik.
Mm-hmm.
Is he at all related to Aldrich Weirlight?
Can I... What is the tone of this question? Is the tone of the question is like, Aldrich was my sworn enemy.
He brought
Well,
up our last name without
fuck him
without us telling
and his
anyone.
horse.
Okay.
You can roll an awareness empathy check to
This is
know
why-
what the tone of his voice be.
This is why I need to get my awareness up higher, but... That's
Confirmation.
almost as high as it'll go.
Very good.
Aldrich was.
It sounds like he has just been maybe thinking, like, for the past hour, like, who does that kid look like?
Mhm.
And when he stood up, he's like, Aldrich Weirlight. And then he's just asking you if he's right.
Aldrich be Tedric's
that's
father.
Tedric's right? Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
Take a sip of my drink and just say, his grandson?
He kind of like it. That was it. And he just, like, seems satisfied and puts a pipe back in his mouth. So, my lady.
I mostly
You-
came over here to figure out why you were staring at him.
Was I staring?
A little
Apologies.
bit. It's fine.
The boy's face struck me as if from a dream. Half remembered.
You know the Weirlights then?
Shakes his head. Knew of Aldrich. Saw him once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
Never talked to him. Well, I did actually speak to him once. Stern man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but I do recall the facial structure and the quality of his skin.
That's an impressive memory. I can't remember the quality of my own skin, let alone someone else's.
Couldn't tell you his height or hair color. And he kind of puts his hair down. Definitely different than mine. And his face looks weather beaten as hell. He has a face
Mhm.
like slapped leather. He's just like,
Strider.
Good old man. Yeah. Got it.
He had a thick kind of gray mustache,
Mhm.
tousle of grayish hair on top of his head.
You know, Aldrich's son is here too.
Mm. And that'd be that boy's father.
Mm-hmm.
Puffs on his pipe. He goes, there are dark days ahead in King's Landing. Best be served to keep your swords sharp and ready.
When are there not dark days in King's Landing?
Oh, mark my words, young lady. These will be darker than we've seen. Keep your swords sharp and ready.
Hmm.
Half
Sorry,
expecting him to
the
like.
pipe noise is just like.
I'm half expecting him to like pull
blows a
out like,
ring.
paper of like, and the end is nigh. Come by. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
He's holding a ring and it's glowing by the light of the fire.
Oh.
You ever hear talk of a dragon?
So, if
yeah.
if there's something that you know that's helpful, I mean-
just a feeling.
hmm,
Signs, if you know how to read them. Crow flies east.
hmm,
Black cat walks left.
don't know what any of that means. If you see any signs
Boy
that are more,
skips a stone with his left hand.
Any lefties out here, kill him.
are you planning on being here for much longer, sir?
Well, I suppose it could be any day I kill off then.
I
Don't
hope
know. Who knows how many days we've got left in this world? Only
Mm.
the stranger knows.
All right. Well, for
Where do you come from?
Hmm?
Where you come from?
the reach, like come from
Anything
Old
in-
Town.
Mm. You come from Old Town.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to Old Town. Smelled like seagull shit. Looked
That's
like it too.
yeah. That's about it. Even the rats are covered in it.
Tall buildings,
Mhm.
taller than any building has any right to be.
Lots of fish.
He just like he goes. Anything?
like-
Any interesting tales on the journey here?
Bandits.
On the Rose Road.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of bandits?
Well, have you ever heard of the Fox Knight?
His eyes go impossibly wide,
Mhm.
and he goes.
Tell me everything you know, conspiracy theorist. Tell me about the Fox Knight.
Conspiracy theorist me. Oh.
Did you say the Fox Knight?
I did.
He seems like very upset now. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
that lowly coward. He's come back.
Fuck is that? We're
Jesse's
pretty
dying.
sure.
He looks at you dead in the eyes. Goes, he fears me, that old Fox Knight. See, I made my living as a knight, hunting criminals down in the Kingswood. And me and the Fox Knight have been dancing the past 20 years. Too many good men fallen betwixt our blades. I thought I'd actually thrown him off, but finally, he's returned.
We're pretty sure that he shot some arrows at us.
Aye, that be his trade, a bowman.
Uh-huh.
But don't underestimate him. He's gutted a many a man with a blade in hand, just as swift as of an arrow shaft.
Do you have any advice for dealing with this mysterious Fox Knight?
Oh, aye. How much time have you got? You see-
I'm here until the tourney starts, man.
You see, the Fox Knight. He was a masked hedge knight who took to the woods in shame after being defeated by Prince Rhaegar in a tournament. In his shame and madness, the Fox Knight came to believe he was defending the prince who defeated him by harassing travelers. None of this, of course, could hide the fact that the man has wickedness in him, and guile, and cunning, mad though he be.
Naimora's face is just like...
I thought I could peacefully retire. But he's back. And he's just like, well, if you ever go looking for him, I know several of his old haunts.
I would love to hear about them. Just in case.
Well, I could show them to you.
Hmm.
If you want. I still got a horse, I've still got armor. I know which ways he usually hides. He probably thinks I'm retired or dead. That old fox knight. We
Can I-
won't escape old Sir Joris.
Can I gauge how insane this man is?
Absolutely.
With another, is it another awareness, empathy?
Yep.
5.
This man is the arch enemy of the Fox Knight,
Yeah.
and he knows all of his haunts. He is the
Mhm.
man you need to talk to if you wish to defeat him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
You believe it with all of your heart, no more.
Oh
Okay.
god. Oh no. It's like we get a nat 1.
No, I will tell you it's not a net one.
Okay, good.
Yeah. You don't think this guy's crazy. You think this
Okay.
man's old, and maybe some of what you think maybe he knows some of what he said is boastful, but you also may believe that he's not sure which part are actually boastful anymore.
Mm-hmm.
He's old.
Alright.
But you don't believe he's just like lying and trying to spread a conspiracy or anything.
Okay.
This man very much believes it, and nothing about this man's demeanor tells you he's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Other
The
than
man
fact that
looks
he's-
battle hardened,
Yeah.
and he said he
Alright.
earned his night shift hunting criminals in the Kingswood, which happened. So
Okay. Hold that thought, sir. I will be right back. Get up. I'm gonna leave my drink there to show that I intend on coming back. I'm gonna go and get Clarissa. Help me. Clarissa, help me. I don't...
My
He says that
Is something wrong?
this man says that he's the arch enemy of the Fox Knight, and he's been hunting him for 20 years, and he knows where he can
What?
find his old hideouts.
Okay, let's go speak with him.
Isn't that solves all of our problems, doesn't it?
Perhaps.
You seem
let's get ready.
you come over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just 2 women.
Yep.
Did Tedric
Come
notice
over.
their conversation?
Yeah, you're definitely noticing this conversation at this point.
Okay.
I'm not
I'll-
being subtle.
He rolled a
I'll-
5.
I'll stay
Clarissa.
back.
As you come up, he goes, "Miss, is that boy related to Aldrich Weirlight?" As
God.
he points at Henrik.
Yes, sir. They're related. His godson.
I'm like,
Grand.
Yes, misspoke. Grant.
I'm like, always good to confirm sources. And he like,
Look at my boy.
Like this guy.
And Mora's just like, yeah, all right, sure.
My friend tells me you know the Fox Knight.
I know the Fox Knight. I mean, I've been trading blades the past 20 years. Almost caught him several times. Gave me this, and he moves his high collar down, and you see a huge gash like up his
Ooh.
thing. Looks old, faded, very old. And he kind of puts his collar back. But I'll tell you, he's got a scar right here. I gave that to him.
Did you follow him to King's Landing?
Well, this is where he operates around, is the Kingswood. I made my career hunting criminals, hide out in the Kingswood. Got knighted for my trouble.
Interesting. Taverns must have all the wrong information. They say this is as far north as he's been in a good while.
Yes, it has. I thought he retired. I thought he was gone. Fled off to some island. 5 years he's been quiet. 5. I thought I could retire in peace. But they keep bringing me back out.
The criminals, presumably.
Can I tell how
Sure.
crazy this man is? For sure crazy.
Please save me.
Yeah, absolutely. Please roll awareness empathy. You might be able to gauge. 19. Yeah. All right. You don't think this guy's crazy.
Okay.
He definitely believes what he's saying. However, you can tell some of it is a bit of like a grandiose boast. Like, but you generally believe he isn't even sure which parts of it are a boast.
So same thing.
Yeah, it's basically it's kind of what it is. You think he is an old man, and he claims that he knows the haunts, he seems to believe that. You do very much get the fact that he is a lonely old man and seems very happy at the prospects of helping some young folk go fight a bad guy. So whether he knows many haunts or maybe have heard of one spot he could probably show you is like a 50-50, quite honestly. It's hard to read him because this man believes everything he's saying, but there is, he's not crazy, but there is a sense of he has probably forgotten a good bit of his own life at this point. You know, you met old people, they forget things. Like when he asked that question about Henrik, he might have maybe even forgotten, but then was reminded when you said it. Basically, do you think this guy is the most, is like the most forefront knowledge of the Fox Knight in the kingdom? Maybe not. Is he the only lead you have? Yeah.
Yeah.
He seems to know something.
Yeah.
Maybe not nearly as much as he says, but he knows something.
Yeah, I'm just like excited. I'm just like, we should go and get like Cord or one of the other men. We should go with him and find whatever the place that he's talking about. Maybe we can, I don't know, get some better answers.
Mayhaps we should just share a drink first. It has been a long travel. Will you be here tomorrow, good sir?
I'll be here every day, miss. And anytime you wish to go see some old haunts, I'll gladly show you. However, I must warn you, never go in the daytime. He won't be there. If we go at night, we might catch him unawares. He thinks he's safe in the dark. So many other criminals think they do. But I knows the spot old Sir Joris knows. So come to me when the sun comes down and I'll take you. And together we might be able to catch this bastard.
I look real hyped.
Thank you, Sir Joris. Please enjoy your night.
You too, miss. I never got your name.
Clarissa Asterwood.
Lady Clarissa Asterwood. And he will take your hand and press it to his forehead. You have certainly blessed my night. Thank you for talking to an old man, and I hope I can help you. And his eyes just like go distant and stare off somewhere else.
Nymora's just fucking like chopped liver. Like he doesn't like.
Thanks. Yeah.
Who's this woman? No, don't give a shit.
Yeah, I'll kind of guide Nymora back. He certainly believes what he's saying. I'm sure this is the first we've heard of anybody who even believes that the Fox Knight is real. So, perhaps he'll have good information.
I did good, yeah?
You did very good. She'll give her a kiss on the cheek.
All right. Does anyone else want to do anything before we retire for the night?
Yeah. No, Serena said not to, but I am just gonna ask.
Yep.
I am gonna ask Orton, preferably not when my mother's around.
Sure.
If he has heard anything about, because he said he knew about the dance and stuff.
Yeah.
If he's heard anything about Iris or not, or if he's seen anyone.
he
like
will.
that
He will say,
here.
"I've heard she's missing." Yeah, because Walton asked me about that.
He did.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, I asked him about that too. I had heard she was missing beforehand for this, and I asked him earlier.
Yeah.
Is he here already?
Walton, I mean, I doubt he'd miss a tournament, so he's probably here. So I haven't seen him. Probably. Kind of shrugs.
Glad to.
But
have
I
met you and
haven't
never seen you
heard.
again.
I haven't heard anything.
Ooh, all right. Well,
All I know is she's missing, and when I looked into it, other people now have heard she's missing, and
it was just a rumor heard on the road, and since the whole thing with the Danets being here, was curious.
Why are you interested?
I do like an awareness check on this guy real quick.
Sure. Why?
You know,
Why? What are you trying to gauge? Tell me about it.
Is he just curious, or just like he think he
Sure.
knows something.
Yeah, if you want to make a check, sure.
Yeah, I can't do great on this, but I will try. Everyone is screaming for me not to.
Yeah.
Oh, that.
He seems like he's curious because you get the feeling like he's acting like, why do you care about this? Like he's
I just wanted to know if he like, I don't know if that was a high enough roll to know if he knew anything, and it was just like sort of
from
trying
what
to
you
bait
can
me
tell,
or
he's
anything.
just going like, why?
Okay.
He doesn't seem like particularly interested in your answer, but he's asking maybe to just further the conversation.
I was just curious. I didn't know if it was somehow related to the whole issue with the Danets and them being upset with us.
He nods.
Could be another thing they're trying to blame us for. I don't know.
Sure. That makes sense.
Hmm.
All right. Well, yeah. Well, like I said to your father and your mother, if you ever need any help with that, I'm available. Just
Much appreciated.
all right.
If you ever need any help, when we're here to save you from, and look over at his family who's still probably drinking
Yeah.
and everything.
He puts his hand and
let
goes-
us know.
He goes, I do appreciate that, but I won't hold you to it. And he nods to you. Mariella, did you want to do something? You seem like you were like,
Oh, mostly it's
You
just
did.
like, oh god. No, I figure she probably got shuttled the fuck upstairs.
probably.
With friggin' Constance and Jennifer. It's like there was probably like, nope, no, none of you see this attractive young lady. We're gonna
Yeah.
towel.
Yeah.
Like just
Jennifer
get it
is
the
like,
fuck
that
up.
man is a horrid brute. And Constance goes, isn't he? And Jennifer's like, Constance! And she's like, what?
I love Constance. It's great.
He's a horrid brute, but look at his muscles.
Yeah, basically, he's just like,
Hey,
Yes. He
Those
is.
I wouldn't
shoulders.
mind I wouldn't mind having him make me a little red now and again. And Jennifer was like hitting her. Like, she's like, what? I'm just saying, he's not poor looking and he's quite large.
whoa,
Jennifer is
And
like, I
children.
can't believe you have tasted men like that.
and
Like,
not married.
like what? Absolute specimens of the gender. I wonder
Oh.
why.
Oh god.
But you like? Are they like? Oh, that's right, Jennifer. You like them. You like them slim and soft. And she goes bright red. It's like, shut up, and it's just like, giving, like trying to smother her with a pillow, essentially.
Love this handmade talk. This is great.
I
Ladies,
imagine like
Orton
we
Lucas is single too.
yeah, I imagine like
brother
we probably
single.
have like a bottle of wine or something upstairs.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I don't think we like really ate dinner, so like maybe food was like
Food is brought
acquired
up
and
to you.
brought up or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so I think maybe on the off comment of like her like with the soft and like slender
Mhm.
kind of guy and like trying to smother Constance, it's like, well, there is Orton who kind of falls under that. Like proceeds to like sip the drink of wine.
And she goes, well, that is true. I mean, he's not exactly a looker, but he seems intelligent and maybe good with people. And I don't know, I've always had a soft spot from well-spoken men.
I imagine like eye
And
contact with
goes,
Constance.
I prefer men who make me speak.
Oh, ho, ho.
And she's just like, oh my god,
You
Constance, I
nasty
can't.
Oh.
Constance is just,
Nasty.
like never ending.
Yeah, no, like I imagine like this is like one of the few times where it's like,
a puppet.
yes, there's distinction of class, but like this is one of the very few times Mariella gets to like be her age.
Oh, for sure.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Constance always enforces this of like, be a teenage girl. Let's generalize and objectify men.
But yeah, but it's like definitely like look at it. It's like, but Nate.
And she goes, what? Looks like I could fit inside him.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just wondering how the opposite would work. And just immediately, Jennifer is like, you have no shame. You have no shame. How does your family deal with you? And she goes, well, I'm here, aren't I?
They sent me away.
No, I'm not ashamed. Oh, I love this bitch. He's great.
Yeah, she'll go all night. She has a million.
Yeah, no, like I
Nice, great.
imagine like this goes on for a while.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But yeah, like collectively,
And they
like
both mention, like, I mean, Mariella, no, I think I must have some similar taste to me, or maybe emerging. I mean, I can think of a rather well-built blonde boy who was rather well-spoken. And Jennifer, eyes light up, and she goes, and like looks directly at you, Mariella, like
sipping wine.
mhm. Yeah, Jennifer, ever the romantic, and Constance, the other kind.
The lustful one,
Constance-
yes.
Audrey.
Laid.
Mhm.
I relate too much to Constance. It's great. Oh, this is so great. Her.
Yeah, no, it's like
Ren.
just sipping wine, like maybe arching a brow towards Constance.
Mhm.
Jennifer is me.
Jennifer is me.
You
Yep.
gotta have both. Gotta equal each other out. So.
It's true.
It's like I'm
Yeah.
not quite sure what you expect. Only spent some time during one evening. My brother, however, seems to have far more knowledge of that gentleman.
Like they
Whoa.
Constance laughs. Jennifer, like, oh come on, like kind of hits Constance. Like, that's ridiculous. Come on. But yeah, I mean, obviously, like Henrik looks up to him. I mean, there's nobody really in the house that ever, encouraged him to be a knight. Like, and Constance is like, well, that's true. And if anyone could encourage him, the sight of Walton would encourage me.
Yeah, would Constance.
And Jennifer
Okay.
is like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Like we're all in agreement about Sir Walton. That's great. Huh?
He's the best of both worlds.
Mhm.
Like, tall, broad, blonde, well-spoken, good face, and experienced, if that priest has anything to say about it. And like Jennifer goes like, but isn't he an anointed knight? And she goes, that doesn't mean he's a cloistered knight. And they all giggle.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
And I want to be at this party.
Too bad.
the shit you missed.
Girl.
You got a
No.
penis. Get out.
God damn it.
Oh wait, hold on. No, you're a soft, slim boy.
I am.
You're Jennifer's
I
type.
just totally realized that as we think. It's like, fuck, I am this like soft.
I've
pink,
probably
like, that's it.
Like
I don't talk as
maybe
well as I think most
like
men.
gently
She wouldn't be
teased
interested, though.
Jennifer regarding Henrik on the occasion.
Like Henrik is what you said. Henrik is 5'9".
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nymora is still taller than you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I expect that.
Yeah, no, I will say, Mira, you definitely know that Jennifer has a bit of a crush on your brother.
Yeah,
Um,
it's why the
Obviously, she's
teasing
never
is
engaged. She's
gentle
very
and it's not
professional.
like horrible. It's a gentle
Yeah.
teasing.
yeah, I mean, remember, these girls are nobles, right? Like, all handmaidens are nobles.
Yeah.
They have their own houses and whatnot, and they have their own ideas and agendas. But Jennifer, while does like your brother, she's very much your mother's creature,
Person.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she seems to respect that a lot. It doesn't stop her from staring, though.
She can appreciate
Yeah.
just from a distance.
Yeah.
If only Henrik kept it in house.
You know,
So-
might be easier if that was the case. I mean, I would
Mhm.
face still Vivian's wrath, but there wouldn't be any major consequences in the house.
Vivian then would get to keep her little subordinate forever.
Yeah.
Yep. So, sorry.
It's okay. But yeah.
Yeah. So if we have no more to say, we shall retire for the evening, and we will go to our first break.
Huzzah!
Ah!
Huzzah!
Ah!
We're finally in King's Landing. Things are
Finally.
getting saucy. Let's see what happens when you all come back, when the day dawns.
Hopefully the sun rises.
Hopefully.
Everything's very saucy.
Until then, we'll go have a quick 15-minute break. We'll see you guys at the end of it. Bro.
Woo!